And welcome to another episode of the Koto's Mojo. And as always, I'm your host, Patrick Koto. We got a lot to talk about today. Ian, we got him on the show today. Ian, welcome as always. Merry early Christmas. Have you finished up with your shopping yet?
Yeah, shopping is about finished. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa to everybody who celebrates all the holidays. Happy New Year. Yeah, getting ready for Christmas.
Yep, it's that wonderful time of the year. And we got a lot of football on Christmas as well. But first, we unfortunately have to talk about our Bears who crashed down to earth on Sunday after a gut-punching loss to the Browns. There were some positives in that game, but that one hurt.
Typical Bears. What can you say?
Typical Bears, typical Luke Getsy play calling bullshit. A lot of questionable calls on, especially on those third and fourth and shorts. You were on the gadget plays where, we got a running back by the name of Roshan Johnson, have him run up the middle. At least keep it away from Myles Garrett. But yeah, no, typical Bears. Defense played a good game for once, though. Another good game. But typical offensive struggles, as always.
It's just so hard when Justin is actually balling out, but he has no help.
He has no help. There were a couple really bad drops by his receivers that were completely inexcusable. Robert Tonyan dropped that wide open pass. That's a for sure touchdown, or at least, we're set up deep inside Browns territory if he makes
Darnell
that catch.
Mooney was a for sure touchdown.
Oh, Darnell. After that drop on that Hail Mary, I am starting to lose a little faith in Mooney.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a good year with the Bears, which is really sad to see because I love Darnell Mooney. He's been doing really good, but not this year. Had a chance right there. Ball's in his hands. In his hands. In his hands. In his hands. And then nope.
Fumbled it out and interception.
Yep. Hail Mary interceptions, Ian, are honestly flukes to me because, you're throwing it into a sea of jerseys. And, if someone picks it off, great, but.
That was still on Darnell Mooney, though.
Absolutely. It was. He had it. Yes, Darnell Mooney, he had that ball in his hands. Really, and that would have been, a sick way to end the game and stuff because,
Oh, yeah.
Well, Hail Mary's always, you got to hold your breath for that because we've seen, tipped balls land in receivers for touchdowns and stuff. Like, a lot of players reacted like Kevin Stefanski, the head coach of the Browns, said, I blacked out. I don't remember what happened. I don't blame him. David Njoku said, I nearly shit myself. I'm like, I shit myself too.
Yeah, right.
How to play like that. Because as they always say in football, it ain't over till it's over. And, for a close game like that, coming down to the wire, yeah, it is not over. And, after that unfortunate drop by Mooney, that was painful.
Over.
It was over, painful, and Bears lose once again. Even though, again, there were some bright spots, the defense, holy shit.
Phenomenal.
I am not putting that loss on the defense. I'm not putting that loss on the offense. I am putting that loss on our terrible coaching by our offensive coordinator, Luke Getsy. Everybody played their asses off, but questionable play calling, as always.
Always is, man. Luke Getsy. Actually, no, he doesn't surprise me. He doesn't surprise me because remember on Sunday, I was like, watch, this is going to be a short pass. It's like third and long. And what happened? It was a short pass.
Short pass, a screen. We're throwing, we're throwing passes on third and long to fucking Deontay Foreman, who's big and slow as shit. Like, that is a terrible play call. Like,
absolutely.
If you're going to throw to a big guy on a play like that, at least throw it to Cole Kmet, because at least he'll do some damage. Because Cole Kmet's been lighting it up. Our defense has not only been lighting it up by making plays, but we had 3 interceptions on Sunday. We had one by Eddie Jackson, which was a big surprise because Eddie Jackson is, terrible. Tyreek Stevenson with that awesome pick to snag where he jumped the route because that was a well-designed play. It's just that Tyreek Stevenson's like, oh, there's the ball. I'll take that.
And Eddie was the one that got the pick 6, right?
Tremaine fucking Edmonds.
Tremaine Edmonds, there you go.
Tremaine Edmonds and it was thanks to TJ Edwards who started it, and then Tremaine Edmonds like, oh, look what I found. and then takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. Oh, that was so
That was
beautiful.
awesome.
So it shows that the Bears have a bright future. We just gonna have to make some more adjustments this offseason, get rid of Luke Getsy, draft Marvin Harrison, and get the best offensive lineman available.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I think we'll be set because we have our defensive front is fine with Montez Sweat. Obviously, you saw him as a wrecking machine on Sunday.
Yep.
At first, because at first when we signed him, we were a little skeptical about it, thinking, but the way he's playing now, he deserves that contract and all that money. You're like, okay,
Paying
you won me
off.
over.
Hmm.
You won me over, and we got him for a while. So again, if we make the right moves in the offseason, we'll be fine. Now, I did see that photo you sent me of how we could still get into the playoffs. That scenario for this week is still realistic, but we still need
Wait,
a lot of help.
we're still in the hunt even after that loss.
I know.
Wow, that really surprises. I did not think that we were. I thought we were eliminated from playoff contention after
We're
that
not
one. I
quite
guess not.
eliminated just yet, but obviously we have to, we
Win
have
every
to
game.
win and hope for a lot of help. Obviously, you sent me this week for this week. Obviously, we have to beat the Cardinals, which is really realistic. Lions have to beat the Vikings. That's realistic.
Yeah.
Rams have to beat the Saints. That's also realistic. And now this one says the Panthers don't have to beat the Packers, but I would love to see the Panthers beat the
Hey.
Packers just because fuck Green Bay.
Yeah, right. And it would be great to see them get beat by the worst team in the NFL.
And then the Colts beat the Falcons. Garner Minshew. Hey, Indianapolis, can you make up your fucking mind? And I know you got Anthony Richardson, but keep Gardner as your backup, please. Minshew Mania is still alive.
Dude, I love Gardner Minshew, man. That guy's
Exactly.
he's a beast, and during the offseason, he just lives in his van.
I don't blame him. He's living life, dude. He's living life in a van, out there traveling. Don't have to worry about paying all that rent, electricity, utilities. That man knows how
He's
to live
having
a good
fun.
life.
He's having fun. I respect it. I would love to see him like make a YouTube channel just as like a daily vlog or something.
And if he ever wants to turn into a NASCAR fan, boom, he can just take his house right to the track.
He's perfect for like being a NASCAR fan. I'm surprised he's not. I mean, he might be. Who knows?
Exactly. Well, obviously during the NFL offseason when he can go to races, so he'll be able to hit up like Daytona, Talladega, Atlanta, Bristol, all those good tracks.
Got them all.
But yeah, we will see for sure. But yes, we are somehow still alive for the playoffs. I'm not getting my hopes up. I'd rather be happy with an 8-9 record to end the season.
Yeah, me too.
Even if we pick up a couple more wins to end the season, I'm fine with that. I'm really fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
One thing's for sure, though, with us going to not Christmas Eve, the New Year's Eve game, you have a chance to see the Bears win all their games in person that you've gone to, which is a complete rarity.
Very possible.
Yeah, because last year we went to a couple games, no wins. The games I took you to this year, they won them all. Holy shit!
Yeah.
So
so far so good.
Yep. If your wedding anniversary wasn't on the home opener against the Packers, we could have saw a potentially different outcome.
Yeah, who knows?
But yes, who knows indeed. But it's good to see that they're slightly improving this year after last year.
Yeah, better than 3 wins.
Yep. So we shall see what happens. But again, I'm not getting my hopes up.
No, we're not going to the playoffs.
Nah, we're not. No, we're not. We're not. If we could finish the season just on a high note and make the right moves in the offseason, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Yeah, I'd be happy with 1 game under 500.
Yep. And then if Ryan Poles' ever statement could ever live on, when he first got hired, he said, "We're going to take the North and never give it back."
That's funny.
Yeah, Ryan. I mean, you're making some good moves, but
it's going to take a while.
It will take a while. Saying that, along with getting Chase Claypool, was a mistake. Getting Velus Jones was a mistake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's had a bipolar record, that's for sure, with how good and bad he's been doing with drafting players and trades and all that. I give him a C+.
Yes. But you know what? we shall see what happens at the end of the season and come the off season.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
earlier last weekend we had ourselves a coaching fire. The Chargers said bye bye to Brandon Staley after giving up 63 fucking points to the Raiders.
Yep, Raiders went off, AOC went off. It was a
About time.
yeah, and then San Diego or not San Diego. Oh my God,
It's
what
all
year?
good.
What year is it, Patrick? L.A. Chargers.
They should have stayed
Um,
in San Diego, obviously, but nope, they decided to move to LA.
they should have, but but yeah, San Diego. God damn it, I did it again.
It's all good.
L.A. made the right move of firing their coach.
Seriously, yeah, because if you look at the years that he's been coaching, and this has been an issue for the Chargers for a while,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have a defense. They don't have a defense. They don't have a
No, they
defense.
don't.
Their defense is always blowing these games and shit. Sure, you have Khalil Mack and Derwin James, but that's only two fucking players.
That's it. Can't rely on those two guys on defense.
You can't rely on the Chargers in general when they're supposed to have a good season because every time you get your hopes up, they're just going to stab you in the back right there. In fact, a
Herbert
perfect,
deserves better.
huh?
Herbert deserves
Oh
better.
my God, yes. And speaking of the Chargers, in 2010, they were supposed to be the best team in football that year. They had the number one offense, number one defense, except they had the worst special teams ever. Like, I have never seen so many games decided by fucking special teams.
Yeah.
They lost. There was one game where they lost to the Seahawks by 7. They gave up 2 kick returns. They lost to the Chiefs by 7, gave up a punt return. They lost by 8 to the Raiders that year because they gave up a blocked punt for a safety and a blocked punt for a touchdown. So that's 9 points given up right there. And yeah, just some missed kicks, terrible special teams miscues. Like, you have no idea how big of a role special teams can be in a game.
Oh, big time.
And obviously, we dodged a fucking bullet with our special teams that Sunday with Trent Taylor dropping that ball because on the next play, Tyreek Stevenson picked it off for us.
Yeah. So yeah, special teams we still need some work on.
Yep. You know what I always love seeing? I love seeing a typical Vikings choke.
It always happens. You gotta love it, man.
Up 17-3 on the Bengals. T. Higgins. Holy shit. How do you do with that touchdown? Just gotta stretch that out. I'm like, he's in. That's a fucking
Yep,
touchdown.
that's
And
awesome.
then the Colts beating the shit out of the Steelers. Sadly, Mitchell Trubisky is not living up to the hype because the Steelers are now starting Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, that don't surprise me. I feel like Trubisky doesn't really fit in well with the Steelers offense.
Something clearly isn't right for Pittsburgh if you're starting Mason Rudolph because
Yeah.
everybody was so excited about Kenny Pickett. What the fuck has he done? We
Yeah,
were
right.
excited for Trubisky. He hasn't done much either.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh just needs to reevaluate themselves.
Yep. The Saints tried to kill Tommy DeVito on Sunday. God damn it.
Poor guy.
The Panthers somehow won a fucking game,
Yeah, that's good for them, man. That's
which spe-
with like two fans in the audience.
they can't even fill half a fucking stadium. Which, by the way,
Yeah.
speaking of the Panthers, shout out to our buddy Dalton Good, who's a Panthers fan. He just got a job with Richard Childress Racing. Congratulations to you, Dalton.
Yep. Till he gets
Awesome to
fired
see.
from doing some nasty stuff to Kyle Busch's car.
Nah, he'll go. Nah, he will decorate
No.
the fuck out of that thing.
Good for Dalton. It's gonna be awesome to just see the race cars go around the track. Like, man, my buddy wrapped those cars. Like it's pretty fucking
That's so
cool.
awesome. And the Seahawks picked up a major win last night against the Eagles. The Eagles and the
Die
Cowboys.
Eagles die.
Both the Eagles and the Cowboys both suffered some bad losses this weekend.
Things that you like to see, right, Pat?
Honestly, Ian, and we had this talk last week, but I think San Francisco is the most complete team.
San Fran, they're on top, man. Brock Purdy, all the Brock Purdy haters are shutting up now. This kid is unbelievable. The whole offense is unbelievable for
You're
San
gonna have some
Fran.
bad games that in there. It's okay.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the midseason got a little shaky for the Niners, but they're back on top. I think they're one of the
It
best teams in
happens.
the NFL right now.
Absolutely. And I think Christian McCaffrey deserves MVP. I would love to see a non-quarterback win
No,
MVP.
dude, what are you talking about? That's a QB award.
I know. Well,
When was
right
the
now,
last time a non-quarterback won that award?
2012 with Adrian Peterson when he almost broke Eric Dickerson's single rushing record.
Was that before or after he beat his child? I can't remember.
Oh, that was before he that was before he beat his child.
Yeah. Just wanted to check, you know.
Well, one thing's for sure, and obviously as us Bears fans, we hated going up against Adrian Peterson. We look back, we're like, that son of a bitch really almost broke that record
Yeah. I don't
before he
know.
started trouble, obviously.
Yeah, with his personal life coming into play with how bad it was, I'm glad he didn't break that record.
Yeah.
People like that National Felon League fits in well.
One thing's for sure, though, and we hated to play it against this guy too because he was on a divisional team. But Calvin Johnson for the Lions,
Dog.
man, that guy was something special.
Megatron was unbelievable to watch. That guy was awesome. One of the greatest tight ends I feel like in
Wide
NFL.
receivers.
He was a wide receiver. Damn, dude, he was big, man. He I thought
He
he was a
was a big son of a
dude. He
bitch.
was a big dude. That's why I thought he was a tight end this whole time. But I mean, either way, whatever position he played, he was dominant. He was a
Well, we obviously have had our fair share of big men tight ends. Obviously, we're seeing Travis Kelce, George Kittle. There's a lot of good tight ends out there this year. Kelce, Kittle, Cole Kmet for the Bears, Sam Laporta, Mark Andrews before he got hurt.
Let's not forget the GOAT, Greg Olson.
Oh, yeah, Greg Olson, Antonio Gates, Tony Gonzalez. We can go on and on and on and on about tight ends.
My name is Tony Gonzalez.
I'm Tony Gonzalez from wherever the fuck you went to school.
My name is Tony Gonzalez. He was one of the funniest whenever they did like those intros for like Monday
I
Night
love the
Football.
intros.
Yeah.
Justin Hughes will always be the best, straight off the couch.
Oh yeah.
He's like, shit, I gotta get in football form. God damn it.
I think Tyreek Hill is like, I'm him.
Well, he's the only reason why the Dolphins are why he and Tua are obviously the reason why the Dolphins are good.
They didn't need Tyreek Hill on Sunday, man.
Tua played a clean game. The thing about Tua Tagovailoa, he's a great quarterback. He just needs to clean up his interceptions.
Yeah, needs to
And
clean
he
that
played
up.
an interception-free game, and if he keeps playing like that, the Dolphins could be a serious contender in the AFC, and really, they're the only good contender because Kansas City's starting to fall off.
Mm-hmm. Tua reminds me of Jay Cutler, but with a good offense, like a really good offense. Like,
I
yeah,
agree.
he's got an arm, but there's going to be mistakes thrown. There's going to be interceptions. You're going to see that with this guy. But man, when he balls, he balls.
And that's exactly what we saw with Cutler, and we didn't appreciate Cutler at the time, but now when we look back, we're like, damn, Cutler
Damn, he was actually really good.
he was good. Sure, he made a ton of mistakes and had a terrible offensive line. That was the other issue too. Yeah. Terrible offensive line.
Yeah, Cuddy never had any help.
So we obviously take back some things we said about Cutler and stuff because of his terrible offensive line, because he had some good players. He had Brandon Marshall, Alshon Jeffrey. If only fucking Johnny Knox didn't hurt his back. Oh,
one of the most devastating plays in Bears history. I swear that guy was going to be our future. Oh man, he was one of our best wide receivers and just snapped in half like a toothpick.
Exactly. And Devin Hester was great, but he should not have been a wide receiver. He should have stayed as a returner.
Yeah, I think that was just Bears coaching, just trying to move him into a different spot, especially since they were changing the rules with kick returns and how far forward the line was and everything. Yeah, it's amazing. They changed rules for kickoffs just because of Devin Hester.
Well, I'll be honest with you. If Devin Hester was not a receiver, he would just still have a few more returns.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, look at what he did when he went to Atlanta. He still had a bunch of kick returns.
He broke the record with Atlanta, and I'm like, you could have broke that record with the Bears. And he had a couple shots in 2013. He had a punt return wiped off against the fucking Rams. He almost had one against the Packers. Like, why could we have